Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on Wow, This Car, huh? The word Hemi alone, when you think about how legendary it was in the 60s, not only was it so powerful, the name Hemi, they brought it back out here recently, and now it's the talk of the town. That thing got a Hemi? Yeah, this thing's got a Hemi. Come on up here. We just finished painting this car, okay? We did it, all front to back, and it is beautiful. When I say fabulous black paint, and we say, you know, you could say mirror finish, but like, look at that, man. You can read every single word in there. You can see what time it is. You can see this ugly mug in that, and that right there is spectacular paint. New bumpers, okay? New grill, new tag bracket. I mean, it's like little stuff like that. It even probably still has a little bit of the compound on it from when we just wet sanded, buffed it, and things like that. So we'll look around the car. New Hemi callouts. Has correct tires, the Polyglas GTs on the right Rallye wheels with disc brakes hidden inside there, all right? You're gonna have this kind of power, you wanna be able to stop the car. These cars came with, a lot of them came with drum brakes. This does have the disc brakes in it, and it has the big 4-speed, and it has a Dana rear as well. So as we look around, you're gonna see some really, really nice stuff. But the one thing I wanted you to do, with stay while we're here, is to look down the side of this car, okay? I want you to see, this is beautiful, beautifully finished black paint, right? I can even check my hair. It's looking a little raggedy today. That's why I'm wearing a hat, who cares, right? We're here for the cars, we ain't here for me. So, if we look down the side here, the fit and finish is really nice. We can take these off if you want. They're door edge guards. You know, just designed to protect the chips from happening on the side of the car. New emblems, new gas cap filler here. I love this thing, look at that, man. Mopar. All right, bumblebee stripe painted on correctly like it's supposed to, depending on the year of the car. 69 is a little bit of an angle, 70s all the way around there like it's supposed to be, all right? New taillights, bumpers, correct tips, all right? RT call out, and the style of the Charger is just wonderful. One of the things I wanted you to be able to look at is we detailed the undercarriage here. So take a minute, look at the undercarriage, see how much time is spent there, the Dana rear hanging down there. You can't get a 4-speed in these cars with the big block, the 440s and up, without getting a Dana rear. And sure enough, this has got the big Dana in it, all right? All detailed, painted, and that good stuff. The Polyglas tires look really nice too, so when you want to go to a show, it's a great place to start there. All right, let's take a peek under the hood and see what we got. All right, so let's take a peek here, because this is the legendary part that everybody's looking for. You say, well, wow, the body looks great on this car, the paint looks wonderful, the transmission sounds fabulous, but if you're going to a car show, this is what they're going to want you to do. Open the hood. Everyone will gravitate toward this, just like you were waiting for me to open the hood. That's what they want from you as well. So check this thing out for a second. I mean, they call it an elephant motor for a reason. It is wall-to-wall motor in this full-size Dodge Charger. And because it's a Mopar, it gets painted all inside the engine compartment here, right? Painted under the hood. If this was a Ford or a Chevy, this would be satin black, and you wouldn't get all that detail there. Right, battery topper on here, all right? This motor is not stock. This is not a stock 426 Hemi. It's stock looking from the outside, and it's an old school, original style Hemi, but this has roller rockers in it. It's been bored some. This makes a lot more power than the stock one. I believe that we've estimated it from what the previous owner said at around 600 horsepower. So 600 horsepower in this car is pretty impressive going down the road. We're not going to find out if all that power is there today, but we'll leave that up for you when you get it in your garage, okay? All right, so here's an important feature too. You want a real RT. If you're getting a Hemi, you definitely want an RT. The RT is going to start off with XS29. And sure enough, this fender tag that belongs in this car starts off with XS29. This is kind of cool too. You see how this one screw here is painted and this one is not? The reason why is this would be lifted up as it was going down the assembly line, because this is what they used to build the car, right? They would paint the whole car, and because it's a Chrysler, it got painted the engine compartment too, so the tag would get painted in this, and then at the end of the assembly line, the guy would put in a screw and tighten it down, and that's the way one was painted and one was not. Just kind of a little bit of history there, all right? Kind of cool. Anyway, that's it. All right, so come on over here, because this is important. Detail stuff, detail stuff, detail stuff. You can't get this anymore. These are here. beautifully finished, great condition. The jack is detailed with the jacking instructions. It's got a spare tire and jack in there. You say, well, what's the big deal about a jack and spare tire? Well, 99% of the cars we get here don't have that in it because it's the extra step that takes you to getting a car restored and fully ready to show. And like opening the trunk here and opening the hood there, you could go to a show, man, people are gonna gather around, they're gonna go, wow, that is a really, really nice car. Got jacking instructions here like you're supposed to, all right? Fresh weather strips throughout the whole car. All right, so when we painted, we took everything off of it, put all fresh stuff back on there, and then buttoned it all back up. So you should be proud to be able to do something like this, okay? All right, so come on in here. So for me, like little stuff like this is working, the console lights, right? The under dash light is working. You say, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, the big deal about that is a lot of times these things didn't work a year or two after the car was new. So getting them to work 40 and 50 years later is a really nice accomplishment. This is a beautifully restored console because they don't reproduce this console anymore. So we had to restore the whole thing. Everyone has heard, well, I shouldn't say everyone, most people have heard of what they call the pistol grip shifter. This is it right here. It's for a Charger. See the way it's curved and sits right in your hand. Like they gave this a lot of thought. The shifter's not way up here, so that you have to pull this and pull over here and go here. It's right next to your leg. It feels comfortable. My arm's right here. First, second, third, and boom. And you just roll on down the road, and it's very, very nice. Now, the dash itself could have had a complement of gauges. It could have had no gauges, could have had no radio, whatever. This is really a well-optioned car because it does have power steering, it does have disc brakes, it's got the big Hemi, it's got the Dana, right? Buckets and console. A lot of these cars had bench seats, right? This is all restored, so you can take another couple out in this car, take the kids out in this car, and everybody can sit in the back. The dome light works. But anyway, where I was going is, this has the tick-tock tach in it. So it has an 8,000 RPM tach. It's got a clock in it. Even the clock works, all right? 150 mile an hour speedometer. All the gauges here, fuel, temperature, oil pressure, alternator, all that stuff is here and gives you all the callouts and things that you need to be successful. Or even little stuff like this has an AM 8-track tape player. AM 8-track, man, this is really freaking cool, man. The dash is all restored, right? If you want to, what we do for a lot of people is we put an AM FM CD sound system in the glove box. This way you keep your old school dash looking old school, but this way you get iPod, satellite radio. It's not very expensive. We put the speakers in the places where they're supposed to go anyway, so no one ever even sees those, and it's really a nice way to get that done. I want to point out also as well that the glove box light is working. Just throwing that out there. It's one of those little touches, okay? All right, so we're at the point now where you're like, well, how about we hear? You've been rambling on about Hemi this, Hemi that, Hemi mama, Hemi whatever. I got a Hemi waiting to hear the car, so you're right. Let me go ahead and fire it up so you can hear what it sounds like, because it is truly spectacular. All right, so as we close up the video on this, man, when we hit the gas in this thing, this car rocked. It was, you could just feel it. We weren't even getting on it, and the car moved because of how much torque and power it makes. It really is an incredible piece of machinery when you think about the power you could get in there with dual quads, 2 4-barrel carburetors under the hood, 600 horsepower, heavy-duty 4-speed, Dana with Posi in the rear, and it's a nice 350 Dana, 354 Dana, so that you can go for a drive somewhere and it's not going to scream. You could go to the beach if you wanted to. You could take it out, take another couple to dinner, take the kids or whatever. Let's throw this part out too. Spectacular black car, right? We already got that because this car in the video looks wonderful, pictures looks wonderful, in your garage will look even better, right? But disc brakes, power steering, light package for the stuff under here, all new chrome, stainless emblems, wheels, period correct, bias ply tires for if you wanted to go to a car show. I mean, it has all the things making it a spectacular car. Anyway, if you can find a way to get a Hemi RT Charger in your life, I mean, think about it, 70 Hemi RT Charger in your life, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.